Tech for Senior Live. This is March the 3rd. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We do appreciate you listening to us. We have a big show for you today. Lots of fun. If you are out there, we don't know if anyone's out there unless you comment. We could be talking to ourselves, right, you guys? But that's okay. We're happy. We're great buddies. We don't mind sitting around having coffee, talking about news, tech stuff, right?
We talked a half hour before we got started.
I know we were having a great shot. Yeah, so we don't mind. But if you are out there and you are listening, if you could put in the chat there, put who you are and maybe where you're from and what the weather is, and certainly we're all ears to answer any questions you have. I'm going to introduce everybody in a minute because you might not know who we are, but we're actually a gang that does a show on Monday called Tech for Senior, and it is a Zoom meeting, and we broadcast that out to YouTube. And we are going into our 102nd consecutive show. We haven't even taken time off for Christmas, New Year's, or Thanksgiving. We plowed right ahead for 101 shows, guys? So we've done it all, and so we do that on Monday, and so we just like to get together for coffee on Thursday and say, hey, how's your week going, and what's the what great articles have you read this week? So we have a rule: if you publish an article to our Facebook page, you get to talk about it. So the whole trick here is to who publishes fastest. So because we only get about 10 or 12 articles read, so whoever publishes the latest ones always gets all the articles to talk about. So we have this great competition because we publish all our as we go through the week, and there are great articles come up in the news feeds. All four of us put articles up onto our Facebook page. So if you want to keep in touch with what's happening in news tech that us four are interested in, then watch our Facebook page because it's pretty cool, and lots of stuff keeps coming up on the page. And then of course what we're doing now is we're podcasting this, so if you miss it on Thursday and you're driving around the car and you want to listen to us, we do have a podcast out now. So we have our Monday show, we have this show, which of course is being broadcast over StreamYard, and it's going to Facebook and YouTube, and then our podcast show on Friday. So anyway, let me introduce everybody, because of course there may be some listeners out there that don't know who we are. Now, last week I did west to east, so let's do it east. No, let's go from the center out, right? Let's do the center out. So who would be closest to the center of North America? Would that be Ray?
That would be Bob.
Bob would be the closest. My geography is a bit bit off there. Okay,
you're excused. You're not in this country.
Well, I could, yeah. So you're the closest to the center. Okay, so we have Bob Gostisha, of course, from Los Lunas, New Mexico. Bob is our security guy, and a great guy, and also it probably has the best camera. We were talking about cameras before, so I don't know. He's spent less than everyone else, but has the best one. So don't tell everyone what your camera is, by the way. Anyway, Bob, how the heck are you doing today?
Just fine. Beautiful day. It's already 46 degrees. That's better than it was a week ago, because it was 16 back then.
Oh, okay.
So things are looking up. Spring is right around the corner. Yep.
Did all your snow go away?
Oh, yeah. We don't have snow anymore.
Oh, okay.
The last snowfall was 1.5 inches, and it took maybe an hour and a half after the sun came up, and it was all gone.
There you go. Well, the next closest to the center would be, of course, Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona. Now, I know that because, of course, I used to live in Mesa. So, Ray Baxter, of course, is a famous guy and also one of our favorite people because he's such a nice person, and so he's he's interested in music, and he's done a whole series on Plex servers. He's got all his music all organized on his Plex server. He teaches about music clubs and all sorts of music related stuff, and has a segment on our Monday show where he does a music outro for us, and it's very popular. So let me introduce Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona.
Good morning. Good morning. Glad to be here. Really glad to be here. Although I'm a little bit sad, though. Coming up who knows what's coming up this weekend?
Well, the following week is my 45th wedding anniversary. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about daylight savings time.
Oh,
daylight savings time is this weekend, and as most people know, Arizona stays on standard time throughout the year. So starting on Monday, I'm going to have to be getting up an hour earlier.
Oh, I better get that out in the Saturday newsletter because people are going to get confused on the time.
It's the 13th.
Is that this?
It's not this week. It's next week.
Yeah. Okay. I missed.
It's actually next week. According to my calendar.
I have
so it won't affect Monday.
1 week reprieve.
It won't affect our Monday show then, eh?
Right.
No, the only people it affects really is those in Arizona.
Right.
Because everybody else is the same time. But for us folks, when I moved here, I said, good, I'll never have to change my clocks again. But now all I have to do is remember, is it daylight? Is it standard? Are they 3 hours or 2 hours?
Right.
Too much work.
Too much work. All right. Now let's go east. And this is an easy one because, of course, Huey is about as far east as you can go. Huey Apoplik, my co-host for their Monday show, of course, is from Florida. So, Huey, take it away.
I'm on the west coast of Florida, south of Tampa, north of Sarasota, at a city called Bradenton. And the weather is back to normal now. It's hitting the 80s every day this week. And the cool days will be 80 and the warm days will be 85.
There you go. There you go. What a wonderful
picture perfect weather.
Picture perfect weather. And of course, I am Ron Brown, and I am on the other coast. In fact, I'm not even on a coast. You have to paddle like heck or take a BC ferry an hour and a half and pay about probably $90 one way to get over to Vancouver Island. And once you get here, you have to get in your car and drive about an hour and a half north, and then you'll come to a little community called Comox Courtney, and that's, of course, where I live on Vancouver Island. And if you miss the island, then you end up in Hawaii. And if you miss Hawaii, well, guess where you're going to go? So you got a long way to go. So anyway, but we do like being on the island. We like the ferries because it keeps the hordes of people away from the Vancouver Lower Mainland area, which is crazy busy. So anyway, that's so we're pretty happy, and I'm happy because I have a gigabit service to my house. So I'm happy because I have lots of internet power, which is great. Anyway, so that's the four of us here, and we've been pretty much with Tech for Senior right since it started. So and we're having fun with talking about technology.
Ron, it's the far west and the far east that has the internet power. It's those of us stuck in the middle that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Shall we see who's online?
Let's do that. Who's listening to us? Is anyone out there? Mike Ungerman. Mike, yeah, great guy. Great. Let's say he says, a Falcon 9 launched this morning and more Starlink satellites now supplying Starlink internet services to Ukraine. Yes,
44 more satellites went up, and they're making and I think the article I read earlier today said I think they're making 49 satellites a week now, so we should start seeing a lot of liftoffs.
Right. And for those of you who don't know, but Huey does a very, very popular segment on our show called the Starlink Report, and keeps us abreast of all the information. So thank you for doing that, Huey. And it's really a popular series. Steve says hi from Kirkland, 42 degrees, light rain.
That's Washington.
Mm-hmm. We got any more? Stan says, Stan Wallner, good morning. Heat wave here in Orlando, 75 now, high of 85. Oh, it's going up to 87. Yikes. Yes, that is going to be hot. Olive Cousin says, rainy Willamette Valley in Oregon. The drought is over. Joan Grieg from beautiful sunny day in Victoria. Yeah, the sun's out here as well. So it looks like the island is going to get lots of sun. Jeff says, greetings from Southern California, 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Sally Ann from Kirkland, Washington, more rain. No, we're going to send you some sun. Don't worry, it'll be sunny by the end of the day. Maureen says, good morning from Victoria. Sun with a bit of cloud at the moment, 4 degrees balmy compared to the rest of Canada. And we're going to send some nice sun down to you too in Washington there. Bill James gave a wonderful presentation on Windows 11 at the STUG meeting last evening.
STUG is the Sarasota Technology User Group. That's a group I'm on the board of, and one of the two groups that I'm a member of. And last night was our monthly meeting, and Bill did a great job explaining and talking about all the new features and so on in Windows 11 for all those that are thinking about maybe moving from 10 to 11.
Bill is going to talk this coming Monday on our show on virtual windows. So that'll be cool. He's going to do a segment on virtual windows in Windows, right? Victor Alera, Pikeville, Kentucky, sunny 60.
That's a new name.
And George Bowden from Victoria, 40 degrees and cloudy. There's some snow. There's some sun down there. You're just sitting on the wrong side of Victoria there. There's we've already got 2 other reports of sun. Charles Harchin, Lake of the Ozarks, 55 degrees. Oh, I'm just watching season 4 of the Ozarks. So it's did you know that Netflix killed it? They canceled Ozark. So season 4 will be the last of the series. But that's a good series, a really good series. Olive says, does Star Trek's time switch to daylight saving time? I don't know. Havana, Argyle, Texas, 70 degrees, going to 77 degrees. Getting warm. Dick Vogel, if you have an Echo Dot with a clock, the time is changed for you. Hey, yeah, it does. I think your computers will change too, don't they?
Yes.
Automatically change the time. Yeah, they'll do that too. Yeah. From RZ, greetings from Abbotsford, BC. And I thought you lived in Florida. Another Ron in BC. So now, RZ, you're new I haven't seen you at the show before. That's nice from Abbotsford. That's great. That's good news. Thanks for coming and thanks for listening. Hopefully you come to our Monday show. That's great. I told you Monday about my Bob King story. that was crazy. So Bob King and I are good friends, and of course I think Bob is from Michigan, and we used to do some work in Mesa, computer work, and with the clubs and so on and so forth. So we're talking all the time, and he's a good friend. And he came on our Monday show. I see a Bob Keg on there all the time, and he never sort of said hello. And I thought, what was with Bob? Anyway, this Bob King came to our Learning Chromebook session, and it turns out he's from Newfoundland. It's not the same Bob King. There's another Bob King, and he's from Newfoundland, Canada, which is really cool. I mean, that's great that we have someone from Newfoundland coming to our show, which was really great. That's another thing we should probably mention to everybody. If you are thinking of a Chromebook, you have a Chromebook, but we do a monthly show on learning Chromebooks. We've been doing that now for a couple of years, and you know, if you want to register, Huey, how do we register for it? You do have to register, but it's free.
Well, go to www.techforsenior.com, and there's a place there to register for the meeting, and you'll get notices when the meetings are coming up and then after they're posted.
Exactly. And we talked, had a good meeting last time. So yeah, so if you want to come along, we're happy to see you and happy to for you to participate. All right, let's. I have a couple of things. I got 2 videos for you today. I always like to show you a couple of technology things, and I think these are interesting. I think you're going to find them interesting, and I want your opinion on them. All right, so let me just let me find them here, and we will. All right, so let's watch this one, and I want your opinion on this. Tell me what you think of it.
Hi, I'm Steven, one of the designers of the Glove 80 keyboard. My friend and design partner Chris is based in Tokyo, so he can't join us today. A few years ago, I was looking for an ergonomic keyboard. I tried many, but none of them fit me. So we decided to build our own perfect keyboard. 5 years later, we succeeded.
The wireless Glove 80 keyboard is designed to be super comfortable for a wide range of hand sizes and hand shapes, allowing you to type faster, type longer, and keep your hands and wrists in good health. The Glove 80 follows how we naturally move. When we curl our fingers, each fingertip draws a smooth curve. Glove 80 arranges the finger keys in curved columns to match, so every key is easy to press. Our thumbs are our strongest digits. Glove 80 has 6 thumb keys for each thumb that can be pressed without moving the palm. With Glove 80, you can comfortably rest your hands on the palm rests, even while typing, and let your arms and shoulders relax. Glove 80 is wireless, compact and easy to carry. For the first time, it is practical to bring the amazing comfort of a contoured keyboard on the road. Glove 80 is easily reconfigurable to adapt to our differences. The 2 halves can be easily repositioned to match your shoulder width. Extendable legs allow Glove 80 to be tilted to your most comfortable wrist angle. The labeled keycaps can be fully rearranged to match the layout that you prefer, whether it be QWERTY, Comac, or something unique.
So that's a Kickstarter. So
for those on the podcast, it's a 2-piece keyboard, one for the left hand, one for the right hand, and it's also curved. And an interesting idea, except for those of us who type with one finger. I don't need anything that big and complex.
I do most of my typing now with my mouth.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I find out it does real wonders for carpal tunnel too.
Well, did you get the idea? There were 6. You know, you use your thumb a lot, so there were 6 keys for your thumb. I thought either this is going to be a total flop or it's going to be an amazing device. I'm not sure. I looked at this and I was watching the video and I thought, well, I don't know. Do you I'm not really a good typist, and I was wondering, you know, if you're really good with your hands, would this be, you know? Mike says, no to that keyboard. It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Yeah. Well, I do about 55 words a minute, same as I did in junior high school. Never got any better. But what intrigued me is the carpal tunnel. That's becoming more and more of an issue.
Yeah. And Jeff says, I wonder how effective it would be in preventing.
And prevent that, but it's usually the thumb that goes first. But we have the problem in that joint. So I'd be interested in seeing how it really feels to sit.
Yeah, I wonder if the reason I never got carpal tunnel is because I don't do touch typing.
Yeah, well,
I have certain fingers that do all the typing, or now I use more using my mouth.
Speaking,
and by using your mouth, you mean better. And by using your mouth, you're not using your tongue on the keyboard. You're actually talking to the computer.
Speaking is perhaps a better description.
All right. Has that been tested to eliminate carbon? Yeah, we don't know that. I don't know that. Dot tried similar one in 2000. Oh, with adaptive technology and ergonomics. Need to be a keyboarder. Okay.
Yeah. Microsoft had an ergonomic keyboard. And I believe it's still available. I think people still
Yes.
use them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So it's similar. Yeah. So, but it's interesting how they separated the left from the right hand, eh? Yeah, I thought that was.
Well, not everybody types this way because this is the natural
Yeah,
position of your hand. And
right.
that's not how your keyboard is made. So
Yeah.
as far as that goes, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I
All right,
like
I got
the
another
fact-
one for you. I got another one for you. So here's another one that you might be interested in. Let's see how. Let's have a look at this. So that actually backfills light to your face. So in a Zoom call, you can use it, and it actually takes the light and puts it back towards your face. Plus, it's adjustable on your phone and charges.
Ron, again, for the podcasters, would you describe what you just showed?
This
Because all
is
it played was music.
So this is a light. This is a light, a new concept light, and it's on like a tripod, and it fits over top of your monitor. It comes up as an arm and goes over top of your monitor and provides different lighting situations. But it also lights your face up for a Zoom call. So it's a new.
It also is a charger for
a wireless charger. Yeah,
a wireless charger for a phone.
This is a Kickstarter as well. It's not available yet, but it's a Kickstarter. So I thought, do you think that's going to be successful?
Also has USB.
Yeah, USB-C charging. Yeah.
Yep.
Charging, yeah.
And ports.
Yes. Mike says, similar, more slim light on Amazon. My wife uses it to do her jigsaw puzzles. Gives great lighting and better color definition.
Yeah, but that one's only a light. This one's a whole lot more than a light.
That's right. Yeah. Olive says, Stanwar says, my Chromebook and Windows are grayed out. My Windows computer has a transcript that will pop out, and using the down arrow show a full screen. It's amazing how accurate it is.
Yeah, because that was in I think I missed another one here too. That was for the
it looks great for for arthritis in your hands and fingers and wrists. Yeah, that might work. Yeah, for sure. So sort of some interesting stuff. So those are not available yet. No prices on them. They're going to be Kickstarter, and but they're almost complete. So we'll see what.
Have they been fully funded, or are they still
almost? They're almost done. It's close. So they're almost funded. So they will be coming out probably this year. And you've bought some Kickstarter stuff. What happens when
Kickstarter and what's the other one that I use? Can't think of the name, but I've gotten several things, and I've only been disappointed with one, and that was it came and it worked for a while, and then it died, and they wouldn't replace it or do anything with it. So, but other than that, I've had real good luck, and I think the last one that I've purchased is coming. I think today. I think I don't know what the package is, and I think that's what it is.
So Huey, when you get it, and the Kickstarter, you put your money in, and finally they do a production run, do these then always go on to be fully commercially available, or sometimes are they just a one-off? What happens with these?
Most of them, yeah. I think the Caesar camera that I got, overhead camera, I think they came out with another model right after that. So I don't know. I think you can still get the one I have though. So I don't think any of them have just gone away. They're out there, but the Kickstarter, you get the first ones off the line.
Right.
But a lot of you're locked into the price and you're locked into it. And if it doesn't go to manufacturer, you don't get it. You lose your money. So it's an investment. So it's an investment too.
An investment, right? Okay.
But that's how they fund themselves to get started.
Right. Interesting, eh? All right. I think we should probably get to work.
One sec. This might be interesting.
Dollar Tree has a selfie ring light with 3 lights intensities for $1.25. Is that right?
I have a Dollar Tree not far from here. I'm going to check that sucker out.
Dollar Tree advertises everything in the store is $1, so that could very well be the right price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Dollar Tree now is $1.25 tree.
Right.
They just aren't changing. They aren't changing the signs. They raised their prices.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Okay. Have we? Is that it, QE? Mike says biggest problem with Kickstarter and similar is that the vast majority are from China. With the world situation, supply chain problems, always a risk to get items unless world tensions decrease. Good point.
The one I got yesterday came out of Korea, actually.
Jolin says CZUR has a few.
Caesar
has a few different projects. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see, there was another comment here. Oh, and this was when I couldn't think of the other crowdfunding that I used. Indiegogo. Yeah. Indiegogo.
Indiegogo. Yeah, that's right. That's another. We had some of those on, I think, last week. All right, let's share my screen and let's do some work. I think we better go to work today.
And the easiest way to follow that is just go to our Facebook page. Then you get to see it real big instead of.
Right. Let me see if I can come over here and make this a little bit bigger. How's that, you guys? Is that okay?
I'm watching it on Facebook.
It's better.
Yep.
All right. Okay, the first art. Bob, you're number 1. You're up.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is not really good news, but it is good news for those of us that were early birds and got our stuff from Wise early. And this has to do with home monitoring. If you're an early bird, the price stays at $5 a month. If you come in late, it now goes to $10 a month or $100 a year instead of $50 a year. So you still have time if you are interested in Wise's home monitoring. I was, because that's what I'm using now to protect my home. And I can tell you that their monitoring works very, very well, very responsive. If you make a mistake, they're right there to let you know, hey, your alarm just went off. Was that you or? So if you want it, get it now while you still have a chance to buy it at half the price. It will be very soon.
All right. I think we touched on this earlier, Huey. SpaceX.
You can watch the liftoff from this morning. They put another 44 satellites into Starlink, and Mike mentioned it earlier. I'm wondering if Mike was able to see it in Orlando. That was the nice thing about living in Orlando. We could watch the liftoff on a clear day. You could see the liftoffs even from Orlando. But I lived in Titusville for a while. I had a fire in my condo in Orlando, and so I stayed at a condo on the river in Titusville, and directly across from where I was staying was the vehicle assembly building, that big building you always see when they show Canaveral or Cape Kennedy. And so I watched a lot of the shuttles go up and could feel it in the ground shaking and so on. It was a very unique experience. Great. Yeah, Mike saw the launch from their backyard.
Does the average launch go in the day, or is it at night, or does it vary?
It varies.
Oh, okay.
It has to do with the orbit and where they're putting it.
Right.
They have to have a clear shot.
Okay. Bob, oh yeah, I looked this morning and I got Chrome 99. It's already installed, so I didn't know it was out, but thanks for posting that.
Yeah, mine didn't update until late this morning. Of course, for some of you, it's still late this morning, but this was Eastern time.
This lets you know.
But that's the Chrome browser, not the Chrome
Right.
operating system.
Correct.
Right.
And this lets you know what security patches are included in it. And also, if you didn't get your update, it has the link in. If you follow the link here, that article has the link to force the download. Normally, you just go to your settings and go to help and then check for update.
But is it not true, Bob, that it mostly will just automatically update your browser?
Usually, yes, that's what
Okay.
should happen.
Right.
But if for some reason it didn't, because this thing does contain quite a few security fixes, it's
Right.
important to get it updated.
Okay. It was very painless. I didn't even do anything.
That's the way it should be.
So I put this in just to remind everybody. This is an article about our Western Canada telco company called TELUS. And if you read the article, it talks about TELUS has launched 2 new Wi-Fi solutions for its Western Canada customers. And the first is Wi-Fi 6. And we talked a little bit about that on one of the shows, the latest shows on Wi-Fi 6, just to let you know that it is out and it is faster. So if you are purchasing a router and you're looking at different options, you certainly will want to make sure that you get Wi-Fi 6. And I thought that was I just wanted to remind everybody about Wi-Fi 6. We've talked about that on the Monday show a couple of times now. So and also is why I'm not so concerned about Wi-Fi 6 is everything in my house, well, mostly is wired now. So I don't use a lot of Wi-Fi. So except for, I guess, on my TVs are all Wi-Fi. But anyway,
Before you go on, a
smart
couple of
devices?
comments.
What's that?
Before
No
you go
smart
on,
devices.
Oh, TELUS has 2. No, that's the same article. That's the same article.
okay, there's some
what-
comments from the
Jolin
audience.
said, I just checked and it's ready to download on mine, but I'll wait till the show is over. Yeah. Yeah. Brave updated their version to Chromium 99 as well as this morning. Yeah. Olive says, that is just like a doctor. They shoot you and they say, I did not feel anything. Yes, indeed. I don't know if everybody watched. We were talking about that earlier, but Chris and Jim Gould from Geeks on Tour did a great show yesterday on Michael and Heather's show that we watched, and they did a really great job on sharing Google Photos and where your photos came from. And so when this article was out this morning, 9 top tips and tricks to tame your Google Photos collection. There's some cool stuff in the article. I'm not going to go through the whole article. You can, it's on our page, but it's amazing what Google Photos does now and all the features that they keep coming out, more and more and more features. It's hard to keep track of it. But anyway, if you have time, there's some really cool stuff in that article. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then this article was out. Chrome users have been installing PWAs in record numbers. We talk about that a lot in our, of course, then learning Chromebooks, because the Zoom, for example, is a PWA now in the Android store. So as we move away sort of from Android apps, we're getting more into PWAs, which progressive web apps, which of course do not require the Android operating system to be in there to run them. They're more based on the cloud. And the other nice thing about it is that they can be universal, so that they work on Android, they work on Apple, and they work on Linux. And so it sort of creates a common common sort of PWA. So these have been downloaded in huge numbers now, and I think this is the way we're going. So just to let everybody know about that we talk about that a lot in our Learning Chromebook sessions.
Ron,
Do you guys have any comments on that?
PWA, isn't that more like running a program on your computer or something resident on your Chromebook rather than depending on the net version, the internet version of that
Right.
application?
That's right. It has in the it's like an extension on your browser, and it has all the information in the extension. So it has, so you're not actually requiring to be running on the internet like
That's
it's a
correct.
progressive. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Joylyn had a comment.
Sorry?
Joylyn had a comment on that.
Did John? I am not so fond of PWA much, at least not yet. They appear clunky, at least for me. Yeah, I haven't had it. Like most of the stuff I use is the PWA for Zoom meetings. I use that on my Chromebook, and not all Zoom features work on a PWA though. So and also Microsoft Office or 365 uses a PWA now. So they used to have individual components, but now they run on PWA. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. They're very, very popular now, and I think that's the way we're moving.
That would be a good topic for Monday.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then this came out this morning. This was the March Android update for Google is out now. Now I checked my Pixel 6 this morning, and I haven't got it yet, but apparently it's out. So there's a big Android update for March, and it's not just Pixel phones; it's for everybody. And I guess there's lots of security fixes.
Yep.
I was trying to look up this morning, Bob. You guys, can you fill me in? I always manually update mine because I'm always looking for it. I always go there to system info and I click and I do it manually. If you don't do anything and you don't look for it, will it download an update or what?
Eventually,
hey?
Eventually. I had a notification that there was an update available.
Mm-hmm. So it's a good idea to look if you are getting updates, and you are, then it is, and again, it depends on what phone you have. And particularly the Pixel 3 now won't be getting any more updates. So that's you're not going to be seeing this update if you have an older one that's not getting all the service updates. So we will see how that works out. Bob, you're going to want to talk about the new Pixel Watch.
Well, yeah, maybe, because this is all still speculation. So they're showing some of the things that should be in the watch, but this could still change.
Well, those pictures that you're showing there are not the ones that they've been broadcasting in the last couple of months. That looks more like the Fitbit Sense with the not the Sense, but the Galaxy 4 with the two buttons on the side there. So the other ones they've been showing have the bezel, not the bezel, but the little dial is circular like a regular watch. It's on the side there. So it'll be interesting to see. Google always leaks stuff. I mean, they're already leaking the Pixel 7, all the pictures of the Pixel 7 and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure we're going to get a Pixel Watch, and I'm going to make a lot more Pixel. I'm going to order one for sure because I want to make some more videos on watches. But it's going to be cool. We'll see what they come up with. One of the things they've got to do is they've got to have people, like I own the Pixel. I have the Galaxy 4 watch, and I own the Fitbit Sense. But it's okay. I mean, but they don't do anything that really is earth-shattering. After a couple of months and the novelty wears off, it's okay. Like I'm not using them. I mean, just wearing it as a watch. So I guess they have to make these things more, people buy into them more, like I don't know where we go with that, but anyway, we'll see.
For me, until blood sugar monitoring comes out,
Right.
Nothing new will be added.
Right.
And once that comes out, then that's a life saver and a life changer.
It will be, for sure. Bob, this is your article.
Yeah, Smart Home Essentials. It's a very, very nicely written article that talks in pretty good detail as to why you should be using smart technology and what the technology actually does for you. Unlike the others where it just gives you a blurb, this goes into more detail.
Excellent.
And it tells you what is actually useful. There's lots of smart devices out there, and not all of them are something that really helps in your everyday life. And this goes into pretty good description of what you should use and why.
Yeah, I'm rethinking my security cameras outside because at 3 a.m, the deer go by, and then I get a blast saying there's an intruder in the front yard, and it wakes me up every night at 3 o'clock in the morning. So these deer are like clockwork every day. Like you can almost set your clock by 3 o'clock in the morning. So
can't change your sensitivity.
Yeah, I could probably do that, but I usually have to get up for a morning pee at the same time. So it sort of is it's just and I'm sort of like clockwork as well. So it all works out okay.
Did the deer influence?
Yeah, maybe it's time for the other, and it just happens that deer are there at the same time.
Well, I don't know. It's Ray, you got an article here.
Sure do. Now, I've owned a Fitbit Ionic smart, that's not iconic, but Ionic watch since about 2019. I bought it used on eBay for about $100, as I recall. Now, because I now have the Fitbit Sense, and I was about to, or at least planning to sell the Ionic on eBay, but I never got around to it. Well, lo and behold, yesterday, Fitbit issued a voluntary recall of the Ionic due to at least 174 reports that the watch's battery has been overheating and 78 reports of serious burn injuries. So all you have to do if you have an Ionic is to go to the Fitbit website, register it. They will send you a kit with a package to mail it back to them. And you can get either a gift card or credit to a PayPal account. Now, I said I paid $100 for it. They're going to give me $300, or actually $299.
Really?
And there's no requirement to be the original owner. So this is one of the best investments I've ever made.
Well, maybe we should go on
eBay and buy them all up. I love
eBay and buy
them.
some used ones up and make some money on this, eh? Good find. My wife has one. I wonder if she's got the Ionic. I don't know. I'll have to go. It's a good one. Good one. I don't even know if she doesn't have the Sense, but she might have the Ionic. I don't know. I'll have to go look, eh?
Yep, you could be in the money.
Could be in the money. So they're not going to send you another watch, then they just give you the credit.
There's two things. They're going to give me a $299 credit, either a gift card or I chose into my PayPal, my personal PayPal account. And then they also will provide a 40% discount if you want to purchase something new.
Oh.
So it really worked out very, very nicely.
Well done, Ray. Well done. Excellent. All right. And then you want to talk about
all right, so
protect email notifications. And this is interesting. I haven't seen this before.
Yeah. Facebook has been sending, this, it's called Facebook Protect. And but point is, Facebook users have been receiving emails threatening to lock them out of their account unless they enable Facebook Protect. And many thought this was a phishing message, that they were trying to get them scammed. But actually, this is legitimate, and it's geared to those users in the public eye that faced increased risk from their account being compromised, as to provide stronger security protections by monitoring for potential hacking threats. So this is a real message.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks. That's a good thing to know, because now, not everyone's going to get this. You have to be famous to get it, right?
Yeah, right. You have to have a high profile.
like Tech for Senior.
Yes, exactly like that.
I don't think we're going to get one. I got an email yesterday from one of the local hospitals where I had my heart surgery a little over a year ago, and it said, you have an appointment. And I had yesterday, and this was at 3:20. They sent it out yesterday, and it said for yesterday, with yesterday's date, saying that I had an appointment, and to make the sign in faster, go to this page. And I said, well, why would they? Number one, I didn't have an appointment, and number two, why are they sending it at 3:20 in the afternoon saying I had an appointment that day as a reminder? So I called the hospital. I didn't call the number that was in the email. I called the hospital, and by the third person I talked to, they said, yeah, I'm looking at the schedule. You did have an appointment. And I said, I don't know anything about it. She said, oh, it's a it was a phone call that they were supposed to make to you. And I said, what? He says, yeah, that notice was real, but you don't have an appointment. It was just that you were going to be getting a phone call, a reminder, or a follow-up, and don't pay any attention to it. And I said, thank you, and I hung up. But I thought for sure it was a scam.
Yeah. Ray, this is a goofy picture. Is this what I'm going to look like here, or what's?
Well, again, this is another on Facebook. Have we ever thought what happens to your data once you pass on, once you die, such as photos and tweets? Well, according to this article, while you own your data, so does Facebook. Now, here's the most interesting statistic in this article. It says that it provides a projection that there could be as many as 4.9 billion, with a B, billion dead Facebook users by the year 2100. The article goes on to list what actions you should be taking now in controlling how your data may or may not be used after your passing.
Well, that's a really good point, because once you're dead, what is it going to do?
There is a setting within Facebook that allows you to do precisely that.
Right.
To make somebody else able to do something to your account once you are gone. And that could be from leaving it there, from doing other things with it, but you appoint someone to be more or less the executor of your account once you pass along.
Yeah, it's a good idea to do that before you die.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you wonder how many people actually do that.
What are they going to do with all these accounts with people dead, though? I mean, it's going to be a substantial number, right?
Well, like I said, for almost 5 billion by the year, in another 80 years. If you
they're going to have to.
How many there are now?
Yeah, do a computer reset or something.
I'm not going to start a discussion, but it's kind of like people in the voting rolls.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, maybe by then we'll have Facebook voting. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
This was interesting, Paul. Do you guys see this? Google's rolling out fast emergency dialer to the Pixel lock screen, so you can now dial emergency numbers while the screen's locked. And the screen, the fingerprint scanner is pretty slow, so you'll probably be dead before it gets activated. But I don't know. Have you set that up, Bob? I haven't set it up on my Pixel yet.
No, I didn't set it up.
Yeah. But this is a fast emergency dialer to the Pixel lock screen.
I don't expect any emergencies, so.
Okay. I thought so. If you do have a Pixel 6, I guess Google is rolling out. Was this just to the Pixel 6? I can't.
No, it's still the Pixel phones.
It's all Pixel phones. So
Yep.
Yeah, okay, cool. So
if you got this last update, you also will have this availability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. Bob, this is interesting. A shipwrecked treehouse Zoom background.
Yeah, I put one of those out every month. The service that I belong to for my TV, they have one of these things, and when I think it's interesting, I turn it into a MP4 background that a quickie that just repeats.
And that's a good reminder that you can have any picture you want
Mhm.
as a background image in
Well, this is a
Zoom.
video, so you not only
Yeah.
have pictures, but you can also have videos.
And you have to be careful because, again, you can put any video up too, but you want to be careful there's not a lot of extra motion because it can be very distracting for some people too.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that Bob has been using, there's not a lot of motion, but there's enough to you see that there is motion.
Yep.
Oh, you mean 1, 2, 3, 4 isn't a good password, Bob?
It's
Uh-oh, I better
1, 2,
change
3,
mine.
4, 5, 6 still happens to be the most used password worldwide. And it's been that way for God, as long as I've been doing security presentations. Still
Well,
every
we're supposed
year
to
comes
remember
up
what
as
it
the
is,
top one. Yep.
And still, a lot of people still only use one password for everything or close to one password,
Yep.
which means if somebody gets your password from one of the sites that you're logged into, that particular website gets hacked and they get your name, which is usually your email address, and the password. A lot of times that's the same password that people use for their Gmail or their email account. And now they got they can get into your email and get into anything. So it's not a good idea to use the same password. Even a derivative of it, they can figure that out very quickly as well. So if you have Bob G1 for a password and then Bob G2 and Bob G3 and just use the same thing with just the different numbers, it definitely is not a good idea either.
And just a reminder, we did a show last month with Learning Chromebooks, and I showed everyone that you can unlock your Chromebook either using, of course, your Google password, which can be a very complicated password, particularly if LastPass made it, or you can use a PIN code, which is fine, or you can use your actual phone to unlock your Chromebook. So there are different ways. Olive says, yes. Everyone here would agree. Two-step verification is still the best. Yes, that's for sure. Please turn on two-step verification. It is absolutely essential to protect yourself. All right, let's come down here. Bob, you've been prolific. You got another article here.
Well, this is good news. TrickBot. If you've been infected with TrickBot, there's now a way to get past it because they've released all the codes.
Oh.
So the bad guys got a conscience and
Yep.
released
Once in a while that
codes
happens.
to get around it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, that's good news. And another one by Bob.
And this is a video. It's a warning from Avast. There is a thing going on social media to join and attack sites in Russia. And you can be part of that attack by joining through a DDoS attack. And it's not a good idea because you're not helping anyone. You're actually revealing your information. So yes, the cause might be justified, but not the means.
All right. Jolin said, yes, we also just had a presentation at HHICC on two-factor authentication this past Monday. Good info. I'll share it when the video is up. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We've talked a lot about two-factor authentication on our Monday show. I think we've all done videos on it. So it's really important that people do turn that on. Bob, I've got another one here.
We're not running out of time, or we're getting close.
We are, yeah. We're going to call this the Bob Gastisha Show.
Something new in Miss A. If you need a doctor, you can now get it through telehealth.
Yeah.
Just by saying the right command, and it automatically connects you.
It automatically calls Ron.
Yeah. Now it's not free though, Bob. You didn't tell us it's $70 a visit. It's not free. You have to set it up.
Well,
and put
I
your
didn't
credit
say
card.
this was free. It just gets
Right.
you easy connection
It does.
to
And it is
telehealth.
sort of cool that if you are sitting at home and you have some concerns or questions and you want to talk to a doctor that is board certified doctor, then this will work. I mean, boom, you do connect. And I guess $70 is a reasonable. I mean, that's what you're going to pay probably if you drove down to a walk-in clinic or something like that. So,
Well, I mean,
and
you
you don't
have
have
to
to,
consider your insurance too.
yeah,
My insurance covers telehealth
right.
visits.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, cool idea. That's right. I see. Good job you didn't put my phone number on there. Yeah. And Tech for Seniors Tuesday newsletter is here. So just to remind everybody, if you want to keep updated on all the latest stuff that we're doing with Tech for Senior, we do have 2 newsletters. One comes out on Tuesday, one comes out on Saturday.
And as a reminder of that, Ron, when they read it, they'll see a lot of the same information week after week. Sometimes it's updated with the when our show is and so on. But read down, because there's some great articles towards the bottom of the newsletter too. Don't just say, "Oh, that's the same stuff," and just go on. Make sure you read, because all of us contribute articles at least once a week on those. In the newsletters. I'm on Saturday's newsletter, and I think Ron is, and then on Tuesday is Bob G and Bill James,
And I
and I
spend
think
quite a
and
bit of time.
Ray's on
Ray.
one of them. Yeah,
I spend quite a bit of time getting the information together. If it doesn't get read, that's a heck of a lot of work for nothing.
yeah. So make sure you scan down to the bottom and read the articles that are there as well.
And also with our organization now so big and over 500 online videos, a lot of problems come up is how do I find things, and what you're seeing in the first part of those, and the reason I leave them in the newsletter is because they're how-to videos that I've made on how to do certain things, and then it's right there, and you can watch those videos and it'll tell you how to find things. Well, we're getting close to the top of the hour. Let's just see if we've got any last quick. Yes, well, this was an interesting article on Tom's Guide. Tom's Guide's good source, and it's of course the new Samsung S22 Ultra is out, and comparing it to the Pixel Pro and the Pixel 6 Pro, and which one works better. And it's an
Which one is better depends on which one you own.
Yeah. Did you read the article, Bob? I thought you might have.
No, I did not read it. I own the
Okay.
Pixel 6.
You're right.
I am not about to buy a Samsung Galaxy.
S22? No.
Yep.
Anyway,
Well, I didn't read this article, but I have read some on comparing them, and I actually went and spent some time at the phone store and looked at both of them and considered both, and my decision was to keep the
Keep what you
Galaxy S8 Plus, 8 Plus, that doesn't get updated, but I'm keeping it because most of everything I do doesn't require it to be updated. So
yeah.
I make phone calls with my phone, of all things to do.
Really?
Yeah, and those are high-end phones. They're not inexpensive.
Yeah.
And this will be the last article because we're timing out here, but Paul Thurrott from Thurrott.com, the data now shows that Windows 11 users surpasses 19%. So we're almost at 20% of people now using Windows 11. So out of all the Windows users, so I suppose that's going up faster than I thought it might. Anyway, a lot of people have converted. I converted one of my machines last week and really had no trouble. So anyway,
when you consider that Windows 10 is still fully supported until October of 2025, almost 20% conversion is actually quite high.
One last comment or question is from the audience.
Will a screen reader text to speech the newsletter, or is there a podcast version for listening in the car? Will the screen reader read the? It should do that.
Actually, no, you're posting it as a JPEG, correct? Not a PDF.
Right. That's right. So it
And if
probably
it's a
would be
JPEG, if you took a picture of it with your camera can automatically make the text a separate item out of a JPEG.
it probably wouldn't work that well because a lot of it is like Huey said in the beginning, the first part is a lot, it's the same stuff all the time because there's updates on the Monday show or Tuesday newsletter. I put the link for the Monday show in, so it's a link to go, so it wouldn't, I'm not sure that would go that well
Unless you reverse that order.
Yeah.
You made the articles first and then the repeats.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been a blast, you guys.
Ooh.
It's thank you for coming, and it's now top of the hour, and we have to leave. But for those of you who missed us, it's a podcast, and you can listen to us tomorrow, and then you can come and watch the show on Monday. So you can, we're not going anywhere. We'll be around on Monday. We have lots of cool stuff for a Monday show. I'm not going to tell you because I'm just going to do. I'm working on my thoughts for the intro I'm going to do. So you guys you got to watch my intro I'm going to do for the Monday show. Thanks, guys. Good show. Yes, indeed. We will be, it's always fun to do. So until we see you again, have a great day. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.